It's 3 a.m. The entire world outside your window is asleep, right? But you're not. You're just staring at the harsh glow of your phone in an otherwise pitch black room, scrolling, swiping, watching clip after clip of literally everyone else winning. You see the pristine vacations, the effortless morning routines, the perfectly curated highlight reels of everyone else's lives while you're just lying there, feeling entirely stuck. Do you feel that heavy weight in your chest right now? That sudden, quiet panic whispering that you're falling behind, that you're lost, that it's somehow too late for you to catch up? Well, let's dive into this, because what we're going to look at today completely challenges that exact feeling. What if that heavy, suffocating dread you're experiencing right now isn't actually a reflection of the truth? What if it's just an illusion?
Welcome to today's Explainer, the big illusion, why you feel lost in life and how to fix it. Today, we are going to tear down the false reality that's making you feel so lost. We're going to break down exactly why you feel paralyzed, how your own mind is playing tricks on you, and, most importantly, how to break this cycle for good. This isn't just some quick motivational pep talk, okay? It's about completely rewiring how you perceive your current position in the world.
Let's jump straight into part 1, the 3 a.m. illusion, unmasking the panic. So there is actually a formal name for that terrible, sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach. We call it existential paralysis. By definition, it's the state of being entirely frozen by overanalyzing your own position in life while comparing it to the perceived success of others. Naming this is a crucial first step because it strips away its mystical power over you. That late-night dread, it's not a personal flaw. It's not a sign that you're uniquely broken or destined for failure. It's actually a highly predictable structural psychological response to modern life. I mean, think about it. Human beings simply didn't evolve to constantly compare our mundane, everyday existence against the top 1% of 8 billion other people. No wonder you're freezing up. Your brain is just trying to process an impossible, overwhelming amount of comparative data, and it's basically short-circuiting.
Which brings us to part 2, the comparison trap, the root of the suffering. I really want you to let this quote sink in for a moment. You're not suffering from life. You're suffering from comparison. The huge takeaway here is that the pain you're feeling right now, it isn't actually generated by the physical reality of your life. Look around. You likely have a bed, you've got shelter, you have time, you have opportunities right in front of you. The pain is entirely manufactured in the gap. It's the gap between your real, everyday, sometimes boring existence and the hyper-edited realities you're consuming on your screens. You are suffering because you're using a completely rigged measuring stick to evaluate your own worth.
And think about just how rigged that measuring stick really is. On one side, you have the highlight reel. It's what you see when you scroll. It's the stage, happiness. It creates this wild illusion of an incredibly easy, unbroken path to success, where everyone is perfectly rested, smiling, and constantly winning. But guys, you're literally watching the best 5 seconds of someone's entire month. On the flip side is reality. The backstage loneliness, the self-doubt, the failed attempts, the grueling path that actually got them there, which, by the way, almost nobody ever posts about. So of course you feel lost. You're comparing your messy, confusing, exhausting behind-the-scenes reality to everybody else's flawless opening night performance. It is a completely unfair contest from day one. Highlight versus reality. It really is the ultimate glitch in our modern mental software. When you strip away all the nuance, this right here is the core trap holding you down. The standard you're measuring yourself against simply doesn't exist in the real world. That digital reality is heavily edited, perfectly lit, and completely missing the boring, difficult moments that make up like 99% of actual human existence. You are holding yourself to a standard of perfection that literally isn't real. Let's see how this impacts us in section 3, overthinking equals paralysis. Thinking too much, acting too little. Here is exactly how that external comparison turns into internal sabotage. We call it the overthinking cycle, and it happens in 3 distinct stages. First, you hesitate like a frozen chess player. You're sitting at the board, staring at all the pieces, sweating over infinite possibilities, terrified of making the wrong move, so you make absolutely no move at all. Second, while you're frozen, you watch the clock tick incredibly fast. You're acutely aware that time is slipping away from you, which spikes your anxiety even more. Yet you just remain completely, stubbornly still. And finally, this leads to decaying potential. Your potential is organic. It's like a plant. It needs movement, sunlight, and physical action to grow. When you sit perfectly still in a dark room, overanalyzing every single variable, your potential simply rots. So here's the harsh truth we have to face.
Overthinking equals paralysis. Thinking without movement isn't problem solving. It's just a really sophisticated way of staying stuck. When you lie in bed spinning different scenarios in your head, your brain actually tricks you into feeling like you're working on the problem. But you aren't. You're just spinning your tires in the mud. You're trying to think your way out of a problem that fundamentally requires physical momentum to solve. All right, we know the problem now. It's time for the solution. Section 4, the action cure, breaking the paralysis loop. I want you to read this out loud to yourself right now if you have to. You don't need a perfect plan. You need action. That one single sentence completely shatters the illusion keeping you up at 3 a.m. You see, you've convinced yourself that the reason you're stuck is because you just haven't figured everything out yet. You falsely believe you need this flawless, foolproof blueprint for the next 10 years of your life before you're allowed to take a single step forward. Honestly, you don't. You just need to move. So here is your immediate, ruthlessly practical detox protocol to break the loop. Step 1, power off the phone. Just physically turn it off. Cut the feed of everybody else's highlight reel and stop the bleeding immediately. Step 2, the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to give your brain absolutely zero time to negotiate with you or make excuses. And step 3, go. Immediate physical action. Put your running shoes on and hit the pavement. Grab a pen and start writing. Drive to the gym. It honestly doesn't even matter what the action is at first, as long as it requires physical movement. You have to forcefully pull yourself out of your spinning mind and drop yourself back into the tangible, real world. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates clarity. Clarity equals action. You simply cannot think your way into clarity while lying horizontally in your bed. You have to act your way into it. It's kind of like a thick fog on a morning road. You can't just stare at the fog and will it to magically disappear, right? The fog only clears when you start walking through it, step by step. The path reveals itself only in motion. Which brings us to our final section, the grand reset, the dawn of the next chapter. Here is the ultimate takeaway from today's explainer. You need a massive reframe. You are not lost. You are just resetting. Your story is just beginning. That heavy, terrifying feeling you've been carrying around in your chest, that isn't the end of your potential. It's just the necessary friction of a system reboot. You aren't falling behind anyone. You're simply taking a pause to clear out the corrupted files. You know, the endless comparisons, the fake highlight reels, the paralyzing overthinking. You are letting go of an illusion. You're standing right at the edge of the sunrise, ready to begin again. So this is how we end today. No more overanalyzing. No more staring at a screen, comparing your real, beautiful, messy life to a digital illusion. As soon as this explainer finishes, your personal countdown begins. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is your very first step? Go do it.